Yes, yes, yes. Hello, I see. Yes, DG Clearing. Hello, Paul. Con queso. What's up, everybody? Greetings, greetings. Michael Sindler. Yes, we have a beautiful list of people for tonight's performance. And putting it in the chat right there. And here we go. Today is March 25th, 2021, the eve of the first year anniversary of our Thursday night online open mic. It was a year ago today that I hosted the first online open mic in Nuyorican Poets Cafe history. That came about because of this pandemic that has changed all of us in one way or another. Sadly, we lost so many during this pandemic. But I need to dedicate this evening to one of Nuyorican's own poetry legends, Craig Mums Grant. Mumzilla. He was a slam poet on the Nuyorican team in 1996 when I first began performing on the open mics. He was already a legend on the scene and went on to produce films, plays, acting on television shows and movies. He was my friend. From Def Poetry Jam days to performing at the Nuyorican to protest against gentrification. When he was in the room, he was the star, and everyone knew that. My condolences to his family and to ours, and to Jenny, his adored love. I cried a lot today, and I wrote some new shit because of him. When poets pass away, words turn to clouds and angels sleep on them, mouthing the brilliance that formed a million galaxies, shooting stars that carry their souls to a stage that's heavenly made, where all poets that have journeyed the passage await to hear them say their first poem in heaven. They don't snap though, they make thunder clap, and we cry tears far below, for only if we too could hear the poetry live one more time. I love you, Craig. Thank you. He was the man. So, thank you all for being here. And if you don't know Craig Mums Grant, Googlealo. That's Spanglish for Google him. See his performances. And if you never saw it, I'm so sorry you didn't get to see him live because, man, it was a vibe. So, let's keep it going and keep it flowing in the name of mums. Everybody's got 3 minutes to 4 minutes. That's if you want to be considerate and get 30 people on the list, not just the 25 guaranteed. If it's some new shit, let everybody know. If it's your first time, let everybody know. All styles are welcome, so you bring on that comedy, that monologue, that poetry, that song, whatever it is you got. I can't wait to hear it. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna open up the room and let everybody, let's see, let everybody, I'm gonna ask to unmute so you could give your shout outs. I'd like to do that at the top and then we're gonna get into it. Here we go.
What up? What up,
Rest
everyone?
in
What's
peace,
going on?
Mom.
What's up,
Let's
everyone?
go. Crank it up.
Let's
Go.
How you doing tonight, New York? What's up, New York City?
Definitely
Rest
rest
in
in peace,
power,
Mom.
Moms. Rest in power.
Facts. Rest in power.
Yes. Yes. All right, so let's open up the night with Elizabeth Strauss, aka Deadpan Lizzy.
Hey, Bruja, how are you? I'm so sorry to hear about Craig. I didn't know. I unfortunately never got to see him perform. I didn't know him, but I know a lot of theaters he worked at here in New York and a lot of artists that worked with him. And he sounded like an incredible person. So may his memory be a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you. Take it away, Lizzy.
All right, so I have some new shit. It's called Aquarius. I wish I was as talented as you. I wish I could take away your pain. I could make the world a place where the world is seen as equal. That heartbreak was not as painful as it is. That you could see how inspiring you are, how you inspire me. I pray for you every night. I wish I had not reacted the way I did. We may not like to admit it, but we are cut from the same cloth. Keep waving your pride flags as high as I wave mine. You gave me the courage to let me fly them in the first place. You are the Franny to my Zooey, the air sign that keeps me above water. Thank you.
Thank you. I love Aquarians. I'm an Aquarius, so I was like, maybe she's talking to me.
I wrote that poem for my youngest sibling.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful new shit. Is that it? Is that your poem for the night?
Just one and done tonight.
One and done. Deadpan Lizzy doing it up. You always bring the goods. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Strauss. Okay, let's hear from Abraham Kamani.
Hello, hello.
Hello there.
Yes, rest in peace to moms. You know, I was fortunate to be old enough to watch Oz back in the day, so I got to see a lot of his episodes where he performed, and I always looked forward to it. You know, I'm gonna stick to the erotica tonight. It's gonna have some twists and turns, so buckle up, folks. It's called Heavyweight Champions. She is like a tall glass of milk, doing my body so good all the time. When I get drunk off her wet ass pussy, my boner gets much taller, harder, and stronger, giving this dick all the endurance it needs to bench press her face while I fuck her pretty mouth in 69 positions on this bright and beautiful hump day. Because this all Black American athlete dangling between my legs must have more than the average amount of stamina to last 9 innings, 4 quarters, and 12 rounds of raw and uncut fucking in fields, courts, and rings. My dick is a batter stepping up to the plate, waiting for her to be like a pitcher and throw her ass, pussy, and titties at me. Sometimes she would strike me in the face, mouth, and chest. Other times I would hit all 3 of them out the park, but I never have to steal any of her bases because she always let me slide in her home easy and safe before my dick changes positions from batter to quarterback, ready to throw my balls far and deep into the end zone, reaching her right, receiving pussy for the touchdown, no punt returns, no field goal attempts, no turnovers on downs, no cock blocking defenders around to interfere with my passes. The game ends perfectly without me throwing interceptions, without my nuts getting sacked, and without fumbling my balls. With no time to race, my dick switches roles from being a quarterback to now playing power forward, traveling on the court, bumping and grinding in the paint because she loves to assist me by passing her pussy like an alley hoop on my dick. My dick goes up for the slam dunk. Or if she wants to do a quickie, I will hurry and pull up for the game-winning shot from half court. Before the buzzer goes off, I'm nut in her face, but I cannot stick around to celebrate the victory because my dick has to put on its golden gloves and get ready for a long, grueling handicap wrestling boxing match against her ass, pussy, and titties for the heavyweight championship. She knocks me off balance with several powerful squirts, making me slip and fall, but my dick stays up as she proceeds to straddle my chest and chin check me with hook shots from her titties before she pulls me up, pushes me into a corner, turns around, stands on the middle rope with her legs spread apart and shakes her ass, landing a series of uppercut blows to my face. in a feeble position. I enjoyed her cheeks, turning mine the other way with each shot until I had enough and proceed to pick her up with my arms wrapping around her ass, bear hugging her titties before I lay her flat on her back on the mat in a missionary position to jab her pussy with my dick as she contemplates tapping out in submission. I feel the cream profusely gushing out of her pussy. Unwilling to quit, she demands me to fuck her from behind. When she stands up, bends her back, and arches her ass high, I happily began to pound her cookie with thrust after thrust, jabbing her G-spot doggy style while her titties slap her senseless until she reached her climax and come on my dick again and again. I am certain this time she would throw in the towel after receiving another full body orgasm. But once again, this proved not to be the case. Instead, her pussy begs me to pretty please make her wet one last time by performing my finishing move. My dick summons the strength to grant her final wish, making her lie flat on her stomach, prop her hips and ass up just a little bit, then execute her pussy with the speed bump as I keep riding her from the back at a steady pace. We suck in our guts, embrace ourselves for what will be one hell of a simultaneous explosive orgasm. At last, we fall asleep facing each other when the referee counts from 1 to 10. Needless to say, the match ends in a draw, with both of us becoming heavyweight champions, lying in a pool of each other's creamy and juicy fluid, savoring the taste of a shared victory. In peace.
Tight end piece. You said end piece like you was guilty.
No, that was the end piece. I was done. That was the end of the match.
Abraham. All right, Abraham. I was thinking every time you said titties, I was hoping you'd be like tatas. You need to like, tatangas, change it up a little bit. But that was fun. Thank you so much. Everybody got a kick out of it. Tatangas, yeah, right, Marissa, you like that. Yep. Just so you don't say titties again and again. But that was cool. It's a draw. Abraham Kamani, let them know how to follow you before you execute any more pussies and fling your balls to the.
Hey, I don't like euphemisms too much, so I have to be poetically incorrect when I talk.
Staying true to the name.
You can find me on Instagram at poeticallyincorrect562 and on Facebook at poeticallyincorrect.
Thank you, Abraham Kamani. Michael Sindler, what do you have to say about all of that, if anything at all? What direction are you taking us?
I know it's a great shock, but yes, we are going to take this in a slightly different direction now. Before I get started, I am going to give a call out to lighthousewriters.org. And I also especially want to mention, I put it in the chat, that tomorrow night, we're really blessed here in Denver because she's part of Lighthouse, and so we get to deal with her all the time. But the great Susie Q. Smith, national champion slammer, just absolutely incredible, is going to be doing a reading tomorrow night. So if y'all want to click on that or just go to lighthousewriters.org, check it out. It'll be on Facebook too. I'm going to do something new that I just finished writing literally just a little while ago. It's called Every Object. I'm not talking about the part of you. Start over. I'm talking to the part of you that never speaks, Laurie Anderson. Every object on this planet speaks to us, reflecting back vibrations from each sound they encounter. Embedded in the rustling and flickering are songs and voices, great rumblings and whispers, caught but not collected. Each moment's movement a new exposition. Even the crumpled bag of chips, its surface quivering like a pond's skin, repeats the stories with a plastic tongue. Deeper yet, all aspects of being, every subatomic particle rings and hums together, the true harmony through which the universe speaks to itself, to us, and to all else, leaving no doubt as to our oneness. What cannot be heard can be felt in silence, the finger hovering over the plucked string, tickled by rhythmic radiation. Every atom is ear and tongue, scribe and subscriber. Every substance dancing to cycling series of rising, interconnected, incremental tones, blasting from the black mouth of the Big Bang. All notes and sounds, every chanted word and thought an echo of primordial exhalation. Every nerve and tissue, every growing cell, every crystalline formation speaks to all, listens to all, sings in an open-ended aria of unity. And I'll just do one more that I don't think I did here before, but it's fairly new. It's called Tides. At least it's not on my list of things that I read here. The moon is a puffed face, craggy surface pocked with gray acne scars. It frowns at the earth, not knowing its own beauty, not knowing lovers see only its shining silver surface, pushed by its gravity into embraces, faces flushed pink, suspended in close orbit around synchronous hearts. The moon looks down, jealous of lovers, longing to kiss the earth, showing its better half, shrouding the other. Holding back, it pulls with its wants, tides of planetary desire. Okay, thank you all very much.
Thank you, Michael Sindler. I love the way you described the moon and the gray acne. That was dope. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, and thanks for that new piece. Shit. New shit from Michael Sindler and the piece on the tide. All right. Now let's see what's good with Unmesh Mohitkar.
Hello, La Bruja.
Hello.
First of all, my condolences. Rest in peace, moms.
Thank you.
Yes, I will do a few short pieces. You can follow me on Unmesh Mohitkar on Facebook, Unmesh Mohitkar Instagram, Mohitkar Unmesh Twitter, and Light Shadow Life is my book on Amazon. Okay, here we go. Not words, but flowers blooming on every page. Few memories, few victories, few losses, few starry nights. Lots of fights, wrongs and rights. Yes, yes, every direction, her mention, little reflection. Just unending obsession, unending obsession. That was the first one. Second one, feeling lost. I checked the world in transit, every moment, every second. Hurt and heart sitting at the same place, no change, just constant soft noises of agony. God knows when will this end. Every end in itself a beginning, and beginning starts the end, and beginning starts the end. And this is the last one. Universe infinite, and they defined, controlled, dictated my world. Frustrated, resentful, cramped, I suffered. Exhausted, took my world in my hands. Still exhausted, tortured, but a free man, ordeal of freedom, not easy, worth few lives, but a roller coaster of a ride, but a roller coaster of a ride. Thank you, thank you.
Yes, a roller coaster of a ride it is. Unmesh Mohitkar with his new book and everything. I'm looking forward to my copy. Thank you so much. So sweet. Always your passion resonates right through. Thank you. All the way from India, ladies and gentlemen, into the world of New York. Yes. Follow him. Follow. You can follow him. And following him, we have Jeff Cottrell. I saw DG Clearing had to leave the room. Something happened with his mom. So let's send good vibrations to DG Clearing because, you know, DG never misses. He's usually first on the list. And he had to leave suddenly. I see Advocate of Words is in the room. I know he was in his car, like tuning in from his car, looking for parking in the Boogie Down Bronx. So let's send him some good vibes to find some parking if he hasn't already. Good vibes to everyone all around. Now let's hear what's good from Jeff Cottrell, and then we will hear from Professor Tesosomok.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. So what I got tonight, it's not exactly new shit. It's an old unfinished piece that I kind of dug out and finished and refined and stuff a little bit. So we'll see. It's called What Slam Poets Want. Hey kiddo, come here. I want to talk to you for a sec. That was terrific what you did up there, huh? Crowd sure loved it too. And so did the judges. You sure got away with poetry and stuff. I just wanted to introduce myself. Here's my card. I'm with the Teddy Wintergrass Agency in New York, and I'm always on the lookout for big talent like what you got. I really like what you've been doing on that stage tonight. I really dug that love poem you did in the first round. My favorite bit was when you described that person as, and I quote, awesomely awesome sauce, full of awesomosity. Yeah, I really did that kind of subtle wordplay. It's a rare gift. And that second poem you did about how bigotry is really bad, wow. I mean, I didn't even know bigotry was bad. Look at the converts you're making here. But here's what I really wanted to talk to you about. Like I said, I'm always scouting around for big talent. And I'm already convinced after seeing you in only one slam that you've got that thing. Teddy Wintergrass is always looking for that thing. Everybody in the business is looking for that thing. And you've got that thing. I don't even know what that thing is. I don't even think that thing knows what that thing is. But what I do know is you got it. So here's what I want you to do, kiddo. I want you to keep my card and give me a ring at your earliest convenience, and we'll do lunch sometime. Because what I can offer you is opportunity, baby. You'll be so full of opportunity, you'll be constipated with it. There'll be so much opportunity, you'll be begging for a break, and you'll never get a break, and you'll be glad of it. How would you like to see your picture up on the billboards in Times Square? Stick with me, kiddo, and I can make it happen in a year. What about the movies? How about that big, beautiful face of yours up on movie screens all over the world? Moviegoers everywhere seeing your face and hearing you slam your poetry, huh? I can do it for you. What about TV? Late night spots on the Jimmy Fallon, the Jimmy Kimmel, the Jimmy Colbert, huh? Whatever Jimmy floats your monkey, I can do it for you. How about a record deal? No more of those crappy home-burned poetry CDs that nobody ever listens to. We'll get you a deal with EMI or Sony. Get you into a real recording studio in New York or LA. We can team you up with some of the biggest music stars of the day, too. How would you like to collaborate on a song with Hanson? Did the kids still like Hanson these days? Who cares? You can collaborate with somebody. Internet. Sure, I hear the folks are using this internet a lot these days. We can get you your own sponsored YouTube channel or whatever the new thing is. We can see it to it that your Twitter is the biggest goddamn Twitter in the whole of the known world. People will retweet you till they can't take any more of you, and then they'll retweet you even more. Maybe they'll even find you on the AOL. Who knows? What's that? A book deal? Sure, I suppose we can get you one of those too, if that's the bag of wax you're panting for. But really, do people even read books anymore? I mean, other than that Daniel Steele lady, it's slam performance the kids are into these days, and we want to exploit that to the hilt of its peak, or the peak of its hilt. But hey, you want to be in books too? We can get you in books too. Maybe the kids can read along with your poems while they're hearing you speak them on your CDs and on the TV bits. Sort of educational like, see? I always like to see the kids get educated. So kiddo, get ready to see your life changed. I'm going to see to it that folks from America to Australia, from the Arctic to the Middle East are hearing your slam poems. They'll know them by heart. They'll even dance to them. And think about how rich you're going to be. Money, 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 money. Money. You're going to have plenty of it. So give me a ring and we'll set it up. And the best part is you don't have to go to these dingy bars anymore and perform with losers like these folks. They're just suckers. You're better than them and you know it. Or at least you're going to be soon, kiddo. All right, I'm off to the club with Paris, Kanye, and my 3 mistresses. I'll be seeing you there someday, too. Slam poets want.
If that's the bag of wax you're panting for, well then, yeah. I've never heard that phrase before.
Well, you'll hear it again, I'm sure.
Only from Jeff Cottrell. I love it. Thank you for that. That's that agent we all want to hear, right? That's so funny. Super. How did your show go that you had, like you announced last time?
Which one? I had a whole bunch of them this month, actually. I had one in the UK, and I had another one in San Francisco, and yeah. And there's another one I got coming up, which Marissa is hosting on April the 10th, and the Generalissimo is the other feature, and there's an open mic. I'm going to put the look for up the word is right, WRITE, and I'll put the info on the chat too.
Nice. That pink thing on your couch must be bringing you a lot of luck, man.
Apparently. Horseshoe. It's the blanket of horseshoes, or the horseshoe of blankets.
Jeff Cottrell, thank you so much. Okay, now let's go with Mr. Tesosomok, el profesor.
Can you hear me?
Sí.
All right. So let's see. It's going to be hard to follow the Jeff man. The hype man. Okay. So this is titled The Resentment Ragman. Ragman, ragman, taggy, taggy, ragman. Tell us what you got there in your sack. Oh, it's full of rhymes and riddles, jingles, jokes, and hit of diddles. This bundle that I carry on my back. Will the system collapse if we refuse to buy what they're peddling? Their internal collective projection propaganda, the dominant dangers, unacknowledged unconscious, their biblical emotive eisegesis insanely interpreted in a way that justifies their juggernaut paternalistic presumptions, their own anxious antithetical agendas, their own retro-racialized bastardly biases, creating castrated cultural classes, the treacherous, troublesome trades, that discount your didactic manifest destiny, distract your moral and ethical discomfort, casting it on the whip, bare backs of melanized masses. Oh, tell us, funny ragman, greeny, skinny ragman, where did you pick up your funny rhymes? I got them from the propaganda punditry where we lose all sense of respectable rationality, where we're driven by sadistic exuberant emotions. Jump on the bandwagon propaganda, bandwagon, bandwagon. Join the cowardly crowds, follow the herd, turd, hit the like, FOMO, mofo. Oh, dealer, dealer, stack the cards, hide your unsavory, racist, misogynist, meninist, infantilizing propaganda lies. Some were dancing with cornflowers, some were hiding in the church towers and sprinkled helter-skelter by the chimes. Yes, those plain folks propaganda, wow, how can Jim Crow not be our awesome Americana? Our skepticism shuns celebrity endorsement, domestically discredits the expertise man hiding in his obsessive objectivity used by the body politic. Ragman, nice old taggy ragman, sing us just one jingle, tingle song. Green grow the lilacs all sparkling with you. And the next time meeting, I hope to prove and change the green lilacs to red, white, and blue. Linger in the glittering star-spangled generalities, my guns, my Second Amendment, my empty freedom, my empty liberty, my love, positively putrid anecdotes, love my hyperboles, my pandemic metaphors, my lyrical paraphrasing to attract more my irreconcilable lies, glitter, glitter, transference riddle, my slogan, save the children, Arbeit macht frei, Camp Auschwitz hoodie, love my sexy 6MWE shirt, my Crusader cross, skewed Lorient, it is the way. My over-determined Hawaiian shirt, my fog skin walking shaman with his Porter Grizzly gallows noose, naughty noose, the infallible caustic cabal of resentful ragmen. Why, my dears, I've got plenty. Sing you one, I'll sing you 20. I've been hoping you would ask me all along.
Eso somos. Ragman, Ragman. That's the closest I've come to hearing you like rap and sing, you know? Getting in there. Eso somos. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. You may have to try it to a beat and try it like on some real hip hop tip.
Oh, you haven't seen me play, you haven't seen my videos where I play guitar, right? And sing?
No. Okay. Send that my way then, please.
All right, will do. Thank you all.
All right. Eso somos. Now, Marissa Prada was enjoying me saying titties, tatas, and tatangas. So let's unmute.
Oh my God, that was great, La Bruja. It makes me love you even more. You're giving so much thought to it, and that makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
Marissa, you easily feel warm and fuzzy inside, so I don't.
At least while I'm here in the presence of all of you, and so definitely much love to everyone, and so much light tonight, and to DG and everyone. So thank you so much for having me. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The poem I'm going to do tonight is very dark and heavy, but then I'll put my ears back on and we'll be fine. Here we go. It's a poem I wrote a while ago. Somehow it just keeps being relevant in my life. So I feel the need to share it tonight. It's titled Exodus. When you want to be anything but the people who raised you, command decisions are made like, the cycle stops here, now, with me, with my children. My whole entire life, you shoved grubs down my gullet, gorged on grief and venom. What a relief when my voice began to grow up from my throat at first, thirsty, pasty, pasta saliva, then to my mouth. Movements to shape elementary words, tongue to squirm around infant sounds, squeaking beneath my breath as it escaped my body. Oh, how I longed to be my breath. Enraged, escalated to your ears, matching your boisterous bullying, for a mother should not hate her child, should not threaten or beat or burn her child, scorched into a pile of 5-year-old ashes again. Voice box ripped from my body, trembling still at the shrill rage played on the stage today again. Fend for yourself, little girl. Fucking selfish control freak mistake who just doesn't listen. Never wanted except as a hanging bag of blubber you beat, both fists tied and taped. I hang, but mother by my neck, so convenient, cured but not cured, molded but not rotten, dead inside but still alive. I died a death angel's cry for, in a tiny casket my size, over and over again. 40 years worth of epitaphs I stashed away in my hiding place, where the organ pipes in the cathedral of my crisis life call me home. I only cry with the angels for that gone baby gone so long ago. And yet the power you wield to intimidate, to hate, to spew spite, murder, you smothered me years ago, sitting on my chest, your fist pounding out my very existence. I just die over and over again. Groundhog Day, macabre massacre of my so-called life. Fight. Get up. I grab my kids and go. Escape to the places without hate. Survive. There is too much at stake. There is too much to lose not to try and live again. My precious children, my life is yours. My love is yours. I promise to do better for you. I promise to never give up.
Marissa, I feel you. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for those words.
Come find me on Facebook, Marissa Prada. On IG, it's Prada Painting and Poetry. I co-author The Word Is Right, WRIT. We're so excited. We have so much going on. We have a cash slam for $1,000 working with Mr. Speaker and Mr. Speaker Inc. the first Saturday in April. We have incredible features every Saturday. We have a game night coming up. I also author Poetography 505, and I just launched I just launched Red or Green Books. Red is READ, and it is our publishing house. So please come check us out.
You know, I understand your passion for love and to love and be loved. Like, I understand now. Thank you.
Thank you, La Bruja.
You know, these things, they happen for us in a way, you know. I try to transform pain and see it as not to us, but for us, so that we can be light and love. And that's what you are. All right. Follow Marissa Prada and all of those amazing open mics and activities and all that good stuff. Now, this person, Nathan Davila, let's unmute. Nathan reached out to me, and let's see what's good. Nathan?
Hey, how's it going, La Bruja? Thank you for having me on.
You
can
made
follow
it.
me. I did. I made it. Top 10. You can follow me at Nathan Davila 711 on Instagram. All right. I'm a bit more of a hopeless romantic. So I got 2 poems. So here we go. Words left unsaid. As days turned into nights and nights into days, a burning, a yearning began. It radiated from the heart. It spiraled ever so slowly, a stream of love and energy, a stream of consciousness long forgotten, transcending and enveloping every chakra. As I gazed into your emerald eyes, I was left transfixed, seeing a lifetime unfold between us. Your words, your energy, a kaleidoscope of colors and intensity, enveloping my every sense. The moments spent together are never enough. Souls left longing for the next encounter. As we sat next to one another, the waves of destiny crashing, the winds of change caressing our souls ever so gently, I left words unsaid. What burned in my heart, my lips could not say, and so I take this moment to say what I left unsaid. Neither my heart nor my mind had wanted to dance for many years. In a moment, they recognized a counterpoint, a synergy, a familiar energy. Familiar as if lived before, yet new and unknown. Neurons sparked, creativity ignited, synergy created, energy flowing. The intensity of an ocean trying to be contained in one body as it called out to find you each time. These are the words inside of my heart. These are the words left unsaid. As I gaze upon the night sky, I dream to say them and never again leave another word unsaid. That's the first one. And the second one's a little bit shorter, and it's I think you'll connect to it. It's called La Estrella. Mon amor, mi amore, mi amor. They tried to take you from my side. They used their snares to impede our synergy. From afar we survived. From afar we saw each other. Your energy, moon. My spirituality, sun. We became what they said never could be. Magic and faith have come to meet face to face. Dancing, your fingers touch the sky. Caress the universe and my heart. That's it.
All right, Nathan, Davila, we love hopeless romantics. I'm a hopeless romantic, and anyone that uses magic, synergy, and chakras in their poetry gets a thumbs up from me.
Absolutely. And I want to give a quick shout out to my muse and my mom. They're both watching. I love you both.
Woo! To the muse and the mom, sending love. Nathan, Davila, thank you for joining us, and I'm glad you made it.
Absolutely.
Keep that love going and flowing. Thank you. So let's see. Speaking of love, let's go and hear from Nick Paleologos.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, okay, Nick. You got yourself and yourself back there too?
Well, I know one of the persons. I don't know about this other one. It's some green person. He's cool. Got good taste in headphones. I'll give him that. Whoever that person is. So, what I have tonight is something different. I've done this on a Monday night. I don't think I've ever done this on a Thursday night. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give up my spot for someone on the waiting list that has never performed before. So that way they could have an opportunity to as well. We know how tough it is to get on this list and everything. So I want to hear a new voice. So if there's someone on that waiting list that has not performed before, I would love to take my spot tonight.
Wow, Nick, so gracious of you. Well, thank you for that. So, that green guy is the green guy of good luck for everybody that has never gone before on the waiting list. I see Tori. I know Paul La Torre, Joanna. We'll see when we get there. But thank you, Nick. All right. Or should I be trying? You mean to pull them up now in your turn right now?
Yeah, if it's possible. If they're available right now. If not, then no biggie.
Yeah, any of those two people, if you're in the room, some people they're like, I'm on the waiting list, I'm never gonna be called, and then look, something like this happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is Tori here? I don't know. Has Tori ever gone? I think I have seen Tori. I think Tori was here last week. And how about Tori? Talk to me in the chat, or Joanna. Right, Tori, you've gone before. Joanna, have you gone? I tried to go last week, but I couldn't go. So then let's do it. Tori, you down for it? Let's see what's good with Tori. Asking to unmute Tori in place of Nick Paleologos.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I was just completely chilling right now because I wasn't expecting to go until later. Thank you, Nick. That was really nice.
Awesome. Really we got Tori out of the dark. She came into the light, ready to rock. Let's do it.
Okay, so I have two, if that's okay. The first one is called Pill Poppers. Pretty much anything you want comes in the size of a capsule these days. Secrets to living your best life locked away behind thin gelatinous shells that were made to break. Perfect for fixing your body, perfect for fixing your brain, perfect for taking your mind off the pain, perfect pretty promises that love to play with the nerves on your tongue before you drown them with a swig of water. Colorful promises the size of your fingertip. Promises of anything, really. Anything it seems except maybe me. I've never been great at squeezing into small spaces, of staying comfortable and steady until my moment arrives. I can't say I fancy myself bite-sized, even though I'm only 5'2". My eyes of blue contain expanses of oceans where men have drowned and traumas have found themselves lost at sea. I see over mountaintops if my tiptoes can lift me up enough, and hope I'm still not finished growing, because I know there isn't a room I can't fill when I'm speaking at full volume. I didn't used to know this. I would make myself as small as possible and beg limbs to fold into a chrysalis that would transform me into something easier to swallow. I'd break my knees and snap my arms. I'd dine on ice cubes and air in the hopes that I would take up less space. I'd fold, and I'd fold, so that men with tight throats and quick tongues may handle me, entertain me, envelop me, consume me. Now, I hope they choke. Okay. And then this is called Nice Guys, which is an older one, but it's still relevant. So you're a nice guy. You're the exception to the rule, the answer to my prayers, the proof that goodness can come with a dick. Yet you belittle me for being afraid of you. You call me sexist and ignorant and uptight to see your, because I am unable to see your superhero-like chivalry at first glance, and then you tell me that you understand. Put yourself in my shoes. When you came to college, you brought cologne and booze and condoms. When I came to college, I brought mace and a pocket knife and a rape whistle. When you were in high school, you were taught to have safe sex, while I was taught how to avoid being sexually assaulted. When you talk to a woman, you fear if the conversation will be successful and if you will say the right things and if she'll be receptive to them. When I talk to a man, I fear being sexually harassed or drugged or pressured to be something that I'm not, so you don't understand. You don't know the fear that has been beaten into me by lessons from adults or pressures from our culture or personal experiences that have made me never want to leave my room again. When women are trained by significant others to present our open mouths for a dick to fit into upon request. When women are expected to dress to impress while also keeping ourselves covered so as not to be asking for it. When women are shown time and time again that if they do not respond accordingly to an unsolicited compliment, they will be cursed, ridiculed, insulted, and threatened. When women are brought up to always travel in groups and never go out alone and always be responsible for their own safety because you can't trust a stranger to be a decent human being, tell me when we were supposed to learn to assume the best, to live without fear, to look at you and know that you're one of the nice guys who won't rape us, who won't hate us, who won't take us and break us and make us feel less than human and more like a doll to use at your convenience. When were we supposed to learn to trust you? Yay.
Wow, Tori.
This is my sign. I know we were supposed to make signs.
That was great. No, keep that sign up. And you know what's interesting is that at least tonight you were introduced to a real nice guy.
Yeah, he gave me a spot.
Isn't that great? To restore the faith and the hope. And I know that living in a patriarchal, misogynistic world is as complex as you explained it. And you explained it well. Thank you. Please stay with our community. That was amazing. Thank you to the real nice guy that exists in the world, Nick Paleologos, for opening this up and giving Tori this moment to shine, because you certainly shine.
Thank you.
Beautiful. That was amazing. Look at that. And in the spirit of all that love and nice guys, this gentleman is another nice guy. Tori, you're in the right place, because we have so many like genuinely gentlemen in this community. Joski C.
Hola, Bruja.
Hola, Joski.
Coming through okay?
Sounding good to me. Great to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you. My condolences to Mums. May he rest in peace. I'd like to do a poem and a short song. And these are both about my moms, really. This poem is for my mother, and a song for my mother-in-law. May they both rest in peace. This is my Easter poem. It's called Gethsemane. Cold wraps round bones like tendrils or fingers. In the damp chill, even the rocks show tears. The flowers are all dead or sleeping. This is my cross, axis X nailed to axis Y, a tree of variables ripening in time, a frame to hang predictions on, reduced to 2 dimensions, then to none. In the end, I fear that only pain will have veracity. Why hast thou forsaken me? And then I'd like to do a song. This is for my mother-in-law. Her name is Lilia Marie Harris. The last time I saw Lilia, she told me her dream. This is called Lilia's Dream. When I met Lilia, we sat on her red steps, singing songs to the night. I love her daughter. She made me welcome, watching the years roll by. She said in her dream she could fly in her chair, so she flew through the window, over the rooftops, over the streets of the town. She flew into the sky and up to the stars and didn't really want to come down. So I asked her that day, did she feel afraid? When she turned her face, so much grace, she lit up the whole place, lit up the whole place. She lit up the whole place with starlight.
Wow, Joski C. Oh, God. That was so lovely.
Thank you, Bruno.
That was one of the most gentlest performances I've ever seen you do, and it was just captivating. I didn't want it to end. Thank
But
you.
I got it in under 3 minutes, I think.
Because see, that's why he's so considerate. So considerate. Joski C, singing to your mom and to your mother-in-law. That's so beautiful.
And I hope that everything's all right with DG and with his mother as well.
And his mother, yes. Thank you for that. Yet, Tori, look, another example of a real good man. Thank you, Joski.
Thank you, Bruno.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Love to everyone.
Peace. All the examples that we have. And now let's hear from Catman Bill, who's another example of a fine man.
One nutcase. So I'd like to do just a short piece, spoken piece, and then a short song. I broke free from my cocoon today. I drove from Hartford to New Haven and took the Metro North down to the city. And the city doesn't really need a name now, does it? I took a subway car down to 22nd Street to see an exhibit of Jacob Lawrence and Gwendolyn Knight. Then my friend Mary and I went to my favorite tea store, McNutty's on Christopher Street. I've been there many times before. Strawberry and kiwi and golden Assam are my favorites, as you can see. We had lunch somewhere around the corner. I asked Mary, do you know where the Norican Poetry Cafe is? She said, I think it's somewhere over on the east side. By then my bones were aching and I needed to get back to Grand Central and then home. I'm back in my cocoon. So I'd like to do a song, a very old song, written and sung by a very young girl a long time ago, whose name was Rosie Hamlin. It's just like heaven being here with you. You're like an angel, too good to be true. But after all, I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby, when you are near me, my heart skips a beat. I can hardly stand on my own 2 feet, because I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby, ooh, I love you, ooh, I do. No one could love you like I do. Please never leave me blue and alone. If you ever go, I'm sure you'll come back home, because I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby. Thank
Ooh, hey, I know that song, Joe Baby. And
19.
it goes, my angel baby. Right?
That's right.
Nice
She
job,
was,
though.
she,
I love your rendition.
she was that was her one big hit, but she had a career in the music industry and led a long life.
Wonderful. I loved it. Great job. Catman Bill.
Thank you.
Super sweet. Ooh, I love you. Ooh, I do.
Oh, you're doing it better than me.
You got to squeeze your testes to hit those notes. Now, speaking of squeezing your testes, let's go to Edward Foreman. Edward the fireman Foreman. Hi there, Ed.
Hi there, little Bruja. Oh, I saw your Being Revolutionary Latina Leadership Summit.
I wanted to thank you for being there. I noticed you were there.
Oh, thank you. It was muy fabuloso y magnifico. It was very nice seeing all those lovely ladies sharing off their experiences to encourage others to surpass their limits and encourage others. It was just muy magnifico. Words
Aw,
cannot describe the
thank you.
experience.
Edward, thank you. I really appreciate that. So, thank you for being with us tonight. And what are you going to recite for us?
Oh, well, I have one. It's about grieving. It's for the poor victims that have been taken from us in Colorado from that shooting. And I got another piece. It's very steamy, so it's very explicit.
All right. Well, let's get into that first one and then switch over to the hot pot. Let's do
Sure.
it.
Yeah, let's do it. Fantastic. Okay, this is called Grieving. Our lives go on without you, but nothing is the same. We have to hide our heartache when someone speaks your name. Sad are the hearts that love you, sad are the tears that fall. Living here without you is the hardest part of all. You did so many things for us. Your heart was kind and true. And when we needed someone, we could always count on you. The special years will not return. We are all together, but with the love in our hearts, you walk with us forever. Thank you. All right, and here's a little bit steamy. This is called Typhoon of Pleasure. I love the way you dance. Your sexy body, a delicate trance. You're an art of pure euphoria, romance. My dreams of you and I join in erotic sexual circumstance. When I see you come out of the water, you're my pleasure, you're my everything lover. Your body screams hotter, hotter, and hotter. You mesmerize me. You make me harder, harder, and harder. As I prepare for what comes next, trust me, no time for a break or rest. Let me write this detailed sexual text. My lips touch your skin. Let's not forget your chest. Wait, no, rest. Let our tongues touch, lips mingle. Let me listen to your sensations jingle. Let your breaths sing, chime, and dingle. I'm going down. I know it makes you tingle. I softly kiss your pink clitoris. Slowly my tongue goes around doing its best. Gently sucking, oh yes, my dear, I am enjoying this. Juicy flavors flowing my mouth, an orgasmic mess. While I'm licking and sucking, no, it's not disgusting. You're coming while I'm still greedily lusting. Pressing my face in your buns, I'm quickly adjusting. Your eyes blissful white while again still coming. You're open and white, ready for penetrating. Your body bare while your eyes participating. Sliding my hawk can't leave your nest waiting. Sucking your milky hills while we wildly mating. Tongue kissing in places to write a story. Warming you like digging into a newfound glory. As I pull in and out while everything's pure history. That's back to back, it's all straight auditory. After our silk bodies bask in the sun, the midnight sexual climactic show is done. Oh my God, we were burning hotter than two overused guns. Do you want another round? Won't that be fun? Thank you.
All right. Another round. Edward Foreman, he put the heat in the grill of the Foreman grill.
And
Edward,
potastic.
poetastic, honey. Thank you so much. That first poem was lovely too. And yeah, it went, hotter and then hotter.
De nada, de nada, bonita la bruja. Thank you for having me. And everyone, have a potastic night, and I can't wait for more.
Woohoo! Yes. Eddie Foreman. All right. Now we're going to go to Jersey and hear what's good. Some comedy from Vernita Bostic.
Hello, how are you? You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I was feeling sad, and so, I took a bath.
You always got to watch out for the ones with those glasses, that erotic stuff. You never know. Think one thing, they say something else. They do something else. I'm surprised every time I see him. All right, so let me start. So, hey, everybody. First of all, I just got vaccinated a couple of days ago. I am feeling better than everybody else who hasn't, because this is the first time in my life when I've actually had access to something where other people have it. And when the nurse gave me my shot, she told me I would probably feel something a couple hours later, but she did not tell me that would be white privilege. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this what it feels like? Like, this is amazing. I'm like, no wonder you guys use it so much. I get it now. I have walked a mile in your shoes. I understand. But if you've never got the vaccine before, they actually sit you down in that area for 15 minutes to make sure there's no reaction or to make sure that you don't turn into an Avenger, So like 5 minutes of me sitting there, the person next to me started coughing and I started pointing. I was like, excuse me. I said, you need to give them a second shot because this shit didn't work. Okay. I felt so uncomfortable. I picked my stuff up and I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go sit in my car for the last 10 minutes. Okay. I was like, if you're looking for me, you need to come and find me in the parking lot. Okay. I'm just not like, I have made it a year without having COVID and I'm not about to fuck it up over my 60% efficacy. Okay. Got 40 more % to go. But but I actually wasn't even going to get the vaccine because a lot of us know that people of color have a terrible history with this country being experimented on. Now, I knew about the Tuskegee experiment, but I just recently discovered that in the late 1940s that the US participated in giving syphilis to thousands of Guatemalans unknowingly. And I'm like, how can you give syphilis to people unknowingly? Like, if I'm going to get syphilis, I need to get it the old fashioned way, like a good night and bad decisions. You know what I mean? Because then I deserve it. Like, I can't complain or blame anyone at that point. But I eventually decided to get it because I work in an urban district. I'm an educator, so I was bumped up to the list. So that's why I got the vaccine. And I have a Black mama. I know how Black mamas think. I know the Black mamas in my district are going to be sending their kids to school sick. Okay, I'm not playing with them because they're going to be like, Daquan, you've been in this house all year long, breathing my air, eating my food, taking up my space that I paid for. Okay, it's time for you to get out the house. Daquan could be like, but I got a fever. I'm coughing. She's going to be like, that's all right. Other kids going to be coughing too. Okay, you got to go. Because she's going to be looking at him like, Daquan, you have been in this house failing remotely all year long. Okay, so now it's time for you to take your ass to school so that you can fail in person. Okay, that's what you need to do. I'm not messing with them. I made it too far. I've come too far to turn around. But this pandemic has been hard for a lot of people. Shit, it was hard for me before the pandemic even got here because 6 months before COVID, I lost my boyfriend of 3 years suddenly. And I was not ready to go back to work. Like, employers do not give you enough time to properly grieve and mourn over your loved ones. I remember when I called to tell them what happened, the attendance lady told me I had 3 days. And I was like, 3 days? That's it? I said, bitch, I lost my boyfriend, not my wallet. Like, have some respect. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on his name. But what makes it worse is they make you show proof before you can even be approved for those raggedy days. And she was like, Miss Bostic, don't forget when you come back, you need to bring us a copy of the program from the funeral. I was like, I don't need to bring you shit. Okay, what you need to do is go on his Facebook page and see when he stopped posting. Okay, because that should be proof enough. All right, I don't have time for this. I'm grieving. But that's all the time I have. Thank you guys. I'm Vernita.
Vernita, you're so funny. Vernita. I love the line about take your ass to school and fail in person. That's funny. Abraham Kamani liked it too. And yeah, that bereavement leave is a joke. Tell that lady to go kick rocks and watch check Facebook. You're a G. You're a definite G, Vernita. And your hair, and you're looking beautiful too. I want to let you know that. We love your comedy, Vernita. Always lightens it up, always. No, even in about the darkest topics, you just are able to just give it some helium and lift it all up high. Okay. Generalissimo Brian Franco is up next. Welcome to the room, Generalissimo. Oh, con flores esta noche.
Sí, señorita. I have some new stuff for you, and I'm going to start off with 2 new haikus because I haven't done any haikus in close to a month. And also, the last poem has a little present for you at the end, and I'll tell you what that's about when I get to it. So let me find this for you. These 2 haikus I wrote at Midnight's little event the other night. After Nick Paleologos went, because he inspired me to write them. I don't know why. So these are 2 haikus. The first is, I set a haiku on fire by biting my tongue and burnt my mouth down. The second one, a haiku chased me around in circles for hours till I caught my tail. This is just called Winter Poem for right now because I don't have a title for it. One of the juxtapositions of winter is how on sunny days after blizzards, swaths of earth covered in blinding white are considered both beautiful and dangerous. How the sun's glare feels dark and overcast, how wind blows snow from trees onto streets and branches, allowing the storm to linger after it has stopped. Winter is never just one storm. Winter is bitter cold that can feel like pins and needles committing non-consensual acts of acupuncture if you dare expose a smidgen of skin when it is necessary to step out of doors. Winter is the feel of hot tea descending down your throat, warming your being like ice cold grape Gatorade feels after you've been pushing a lawnmower under a sweltering summer sun. Winter is layering up, sliding on a pair of thick, soft winter socks over your toes, feet, ankles, shins, and calves, stretching almost to your knees, so what goes in your boots feels like a swaddled infant protected from its environs. Winter is taking a few extra minutes in a hot shower, then stepping out of it into bathroom air that makes you wonder if the heat is working. Winter is choosing to live somewhere where summers are shorter and sweltering hot is never as hot as where summers last forever. Winter is a recurrence. Winter is lessons learned and relearned. Winter is a list of solutions derived from a list of hindrances. Winter is a metaphor for living life and dealing with people and money and getting older. Winter is a metaphor for being human. This is called Why I Am Banned from Subscribing to Dwell magazine. I want to paint sunrises on my bedroom walls, so when it's raining, blizzarding, or so full of wind, the noise outside sounds like a horror film. There will be creamsicle orange, candy apple red, Concord grape purple, and layers of every color in between that don't exist in a box of Crayolas, but happen in flowers, butterflies, and bird feathers. I want to get a metal roof for my house and find a way to spell irrepressible in red, yellow, and black against corrugated aluminum that'll reflect hot sunlight in summers and help frigid snow slide off in winters. I want to side my home with a horizontal metal checkerboard facade in forest green, khaki, navy, and maroon, so it looks like a preppy sweater from the 80s. I want to plant perennial flowers and herbs that I can eat, make tea from, and share with the neighbors. I want to plant a few winter hardy fig trees. Well, because figs are figs, they're better than cheesecake and second only to mangoes. I want my home to look welcoming, yet a bit off kilter. I want the people at Dwell magazine to consider a spread, but decide it's a bit too much for their minimalist taste. I want my home to feel like a grandmother knitted Afghan to visitors. I want my home to be a perfect place to host a potluck supper for disparate poets to serve secret recipe poetry and get drunk on words. And this is my final poem, If We Had Wings Like Birds. My first solo parachute jump. I wasn't nervous. I stepped from the plane into the wild blue yonder. When I pulled the cord, the parachute forgot to open. As I plummeted, I thought about Leslie from El Paso passionately playing Bach on her cello. I spanned my arms wide to form wings. My body suddenly shifted from vertical dive to horizontal swoop. I caught an updraft and soared through a cumulus formation, which felt more luxurious than the softest cashmere. I thought about performing a quick loop-de-loop and my body took instruction. I wondered if maybe I had landed back on land in not so good condition, but not so. As I soared back through the cloud and resided back in the atmosphere, a reserve chute popped open and I landed feet first in a meadow of daffodils laced with lascivious lavender. And I have decided that La Bruja will now have a wonderful signature scent called La Bruja Lascivious Lavender with hints of lemon verbena and sweet ponderosa pine. Because nothing is more romantic than a touch of witchcraft in your life.
Oh, Generalissimo! That's so sweet. That was beautiful. That was so, so beautiful and colorful, and I'm so moved. You're so thoughtful. Generalissimo, you are such a true poet. And those pieces that you wrote in Midnight, right? You said Phil Curtis's Midnight workshop?
Yeah, Phil guy, yeah.
Well, I don't know where he is tonight. If he's in the room, please let me know.
He was there earlier. I thought I saw him earlier.
If he's here, let me know. We're gonna go on to Ron Thompson, but and then we're supposed to be followed by Phil Curtis, aka Midnight. So if he's here, let me know. But you gotta send me that formula, Generalissimo, of perfume. That sounds good enough to eat, and it's perfume. Thank you. Okay, Ron. R.M. Thompson in the room.
Yes, La Brua, my condolences, but I'm glad you kept your light on during Vernita's and Brian's performances. I'm glad they made you smile a little bit because we need you. You give us comfort and hopefully we can give you some comfort, as well.
You do give me comfort, really. If you had seen me before the show, you wouldn't believe that
Oh
I'm the same
no.
person. Yeah, so you guys, you really do brighten my life. So
Well,
thank you, Ron.
you're welcome. Well, and I'm glad and I'm happy that you still made it here and continue to host. So thank you for doing this. So
You're such a sweetie, such a sweetie.
well, thank you. So I'm going to perform something hopefully uplifting and happy as well. I wrote that and performed that in, funny enough, Phil Midnight's open mic yesterday. So some of you may have heard it already. I added a little bit to the end. And his open mic is named Put It in the Chat, INDA chat. And I still don't know, is this the name of his open mic or the theme? That just tells you how smart I am. I'm very confused, but here's what I wrote, and I hope you like it. I'd like to perform a poem I wrote, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I may put it in the chat. I'd love to dazzle you with my voice, but you don't want to fall laughing flat. So instead, I'll shout it in the chat. I'd love to parade my latest hat, but instead of showing you, I'll put its image in that chat. Would you mind reviewing my new lines I'm working at? No, forget it. I'll put them in the chat. Hey, in case you didn't know, I'm in New York. Yes, that city with the subway and more than one rat. But don't let me spoil you. I'll put my location in the chat. A few weeks ago, someone asked me in an open mic to spit. I didn't know what it meant. I refused to spat, but I'm always willing to spill myself in the chat. Then my doorbell rang. Friends wanted to come in with their masks. I told them to better wipe their shoes on the mat. Otherwise, I will reveal their names in the chat. These past days, I ate way too much. I was sad. And as a result, my belly and I became fat. Instead, I should have laid out my feelings in the chat. Last year, I considered adopting a dog, but that wasn't fair to my cat. I wish I had not said anything and instead used the chat. My emotions are sometimes not strong enough to be read aloud. So I will consider sharing them in the chat. Hey, not a bad idea. I'm gonna definitely do that. I wonder how I will end my poem tonight. Did it make you smile? Did I make your evening bright? No, don't tell me this way or that, but feel free to put your comments into the chat. The end.
That was so much fun. Ron put it in the chat. He said he wouldn't spit. That's hilarious.
I had no idea what that meant, to be honest, though.
Yeah, that's some hood vernacular for reciting. I definitely have used that word in some of my work. I think I wrote my name on the open mic list to spit. It was a lunar eclipse. It was 1996. Yeah, that's what that means. Well, thank you for not spitting and not doing literally spit.
Yeah, thank goodness we're on Zoom, so Are you gonna be with Advocate at the cafe on April 5th? Physically?
No, I will be online, but I will be
Oh,
there.
because you're still in Puerto Rico right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
yes, I'm still here.
I'm glad you can still join us, and we're looking forward to the 1-year anniversary. And let's keep it going as long as you guys can do it. Okay.
Oh,
We need
yes.
you.
Yes, we will. We need you too. Believe me. This is what we have started, and the time has flown a year. I mean, it has been long, but somehow it feels short. It's just so elusive how time goes. But there's no way that this is gonna end because it's just too good. Thank you, Ron. Many blessings to you. Okay, putting it in the chat. That's so hilarious. Well, in the chat, I didn't see Midnight at all, so we're going to hear from Matthew Marroquin.
Hey.
Hi.
How's it going?
Everything's good. Good to see you, Matthew.
Qué
Theater major,
bueno.
right? Aren't you the theater major? Is that your...
Yeah, that's a thing I do, supposedly.
So cool. What are you
Yo,
gonna
I am
do
like
tonight?
I am doing poetry, believe it or not. I'm like so tired. I got my second dose today because I'm like a teacher or something like that, like a substitute, and I'm like, bleh.
Oh, you feel
So,
it? You feel symptoms and stuff?
not as bad as my first one though. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna read a piece because that's what we do here, I think.
That's what we do. That's how we heal. So.
Hi, this one's called Cuerpo sin cuerpo, body without body. When we're talking about my body, which one are we talking about? Cells are like Internet Explorer, taking 7 years to refresh. So this body I inhabit is not the same one I was born with or the one that took the pain from the belts that would sink their teeth into my skin. This body no longer knows what having a bloody nose feels like or how chameleon it really is, or knows why certain scars arrive but never seem to leave. So my body just keeps it that way. This body that I inhabit is being run by sparks of light that fly across my pink wrinkles like the static from my hair to wool blankets. This body is a home. I did not choose it, nor am I sure if I wanted it, but I'm stuck with it all the same. I can change the way it looks, from sharking across gym floors or even reconstructing its entire frame. But this will only change the way flashes of light capture me in the ink blots of history. But it makes me question. Because if the body does not make the person, but if a person cannot exist without a body, then what the hell am I, if not a motor running in a machine designed by the genetic engineers of my mother's womb, sewn together by my father's seed? Is the motor, my brain, which must change with the cell's decay, not the same? For cells are like Internet Explorer, taking 7 years to refresh. Does that mean I will not be me in 7 years? Who takes control then? Who is he? I remember 7 years ago, and I briefly remember 7 years before that. Was that a different me? I don't remember handing off any key or any switch in how my dimples sink, but what if I didn't have a choice? Did my body just get sick of me? And change who's controlling this ride? Will it do this every 7 years for the rest of my history? When we're talking about my body, which one are we talking about? Because cells are like Internet Explorer, taking 7 years to refresh. So this body I inhabit is not the same one I was born with. So which one did you mean when you asked me to talk about my body, to talk about me? Thank you.
All right. Matthew.
Yeah, it was fun.
When did you write that?
A couple days ago.
Cool. New
Yeah.
shit.
Right? Yeah, I just kind of like, I don't know, I was given the prompt at like some Iowa City workshop, and they're just like, hey, talk about your body, but bring it to life. So I was just like, got it. And I was just like, I don't know what to write. And that was like me for like 5 minutes straight. And then I was just like, and then yeah, then that popped out. Like
nice. You gave birth to it. You gave birth to it, and will transcend.
That's good as yes.
Matthew Marroquin doing it up. That was awesome. Well, you know, they do say, like, cellularly, I think we rejuvenate, you know, in 7 years, you will not have one single cell the same. So, like, you do, like, rebirth yourself, recreate yourself. So, okay, now let's quantum leap and see what's good with Thomas Connor.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Thomas, how are ya?
I'm good. I'm good. I had some technical difficulty. My iPad had drained. I didn't, so I had to jump off and recharge, and I'm back.
Great. What you gonna do for us?
Gods and Monsters. New shit. Just wrote it a couple of days ago. Let's see how it works. We're living in the time of so-called demigods and monsters, devouring broken prayers that never bear fruit unless they're strange. Faith fading into obscurity. Slowly we burn under acid-filled clouds draped in red. They singe the bitter taste of inequity into our consciousness, our bodies battered and bullet-ridden, staining crosswalks in concrete, these tempestuous roads carving corners into sepulchres, these leviathans practicing necromancy, 41 bullets and one knee at a time. The rind of our existence rots and decays slowly over time, extinguishing accountability, a philosophy established in 1692. These sour times beckon for atonement, but stagnate. The breath of salvation, we are their libation for watch, we are their libation, gods and monsters, we the tribes of First Nations, once again blanketed by death from their sails and masses, we wane in masses.
Powerful new shit, Thomas.
Thank you.
Using
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
sepulcher. I learned sepulcher from Edgar Allan Poe. So you gave me that reminiscence. That
I have one more. I have
Oh,
one more if
okay.
you want. Yeah, I got one more. Spaces, empty and hollow, brimming with the echoes of yesterdays gone by. The bastion of my family once filled these hallways. Fortified and indestructible we were. Those days now just a blur. The melody in her moments now echo tragedy. Her wingspan stretches through eons of time, singing her somber song of regret and missteps. Triumph and absentee landlord, birth and death to her, both inconsequential. Her dimensions magical, but her wand, but her wand transcends nostalgia. Her shape now chimes imperfection, moments, and nostalgia.
All right, Thomas.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Peace and blessings to you, Thomas.
And again, my condolences to you and your family, and you know, their energy will be with you forever. I know. Just last month made a year since my mother passed, and I know her energy is still here. So, you know, definitely.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yes, yes.
I know how much, you know, that loss changed you, and for you to say that, it means so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Peace and blessings. I had a complicated relationship with mom. I was a daddy's boy, so you know. But towards the end, we kind of got on the same page. Before the end, I should say. So
beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yes.
And yeah, I know that their spirit, you know, is there. Like you can access them even faster when they transition in a, you know,
Yeah,
in a way.
the communication is different. It's spiritual, you know,
Yeah.
like that piece I wrote, Mamara Curandera, you know. So, you know, her energy is there, and she's with me. I actually, you know, they say I look like her, but I look more like my pop. But whatever. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yes, thank you.
Powerful, powerful. All right, let's see what's good with Deneen. But I know, you know, like, I mean, death being a part of life, you know, but some hit in different ways. Deneen, I'm asking to unmute. You there? No. Asking to unmute Deneen. If you're there, Deneen, let me know. But yeah, you know, speaking on death, it's a part of life, but yet there are certain deaths that are more shocking than others. And, you know, Mom's was one of us, you know, from our generation. So it hits in a different way. Then, like, I was talking to Advocate of Words, who I hope found some parking. It wasn't like when Miguel Algarin passed, who was, he was our elder, but Mums was on one of us. Deneen isn't answering, so Brad, man, if you're ready to rock, I would so.
Okay, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Deneen. There
Oh,
you.
hi. I was going from room to room. Sorry.
Christina, right? How
I'm
you
here.
doing?
Ah, I see. You see what they did with those voting rights today, huh?
I
It
did.
never ends.
I have not been looking at the news at all, so you come and fill me in.
Well, Georgia passed their new voting rights to restrict our voting rights, so we can't give out water at the polls now. Restricted they limit the voting the number of voting polls that we can go to. What else did they do? Oh, they did a lot of stuff. I mean, it's so much. Whatever they decide, that's what they decided to do.
And is that
they restricted the voting days. The voting days, yes, they limited the voting days. Yeah,
disappointing.
Yeah, very disappointing. Very disappointing. So today, I wanted to talk about casual cruelty. And casual cruelty, like in minimum wage. That's casual cruelty. Health inequities, that's casual cruelties. Shelving immigration, that's putting kids on shelves as if they can wait another day. That's casual cruelty. White supremacy, that's casual cruelty. And then, so I also wanted to say this too. I wrote this thing called Poor People, Blacks, Browns are ATMs machines for the wealthy, using classism, racism, white supremacy as the deposits. That's what we do. That's what we do. And then this I'm just so frustrated. I did the conversation that I have with people. I just wanted to just say, I'm quite sure you all had conversations like this before. I just wanted to say it just like this. Everything is equal, So what do you Black people want? What do you want now? Demanded that I explain. They demanded I explain. So, I tell you what, I tell them, tell you what. Think about what you want. Think about what you want for you, for your families, for your friends, for your community, for your church. Write it down. Then you sign my damn name to it. You say my damn. Don't ask me no fucking question like that again. That's all I want to say. Oh, I don't write as much, so.
No, but that's so powerful what you shared,
Yeah.
All of that is so true. And you're such a humanitarian, that I can understand why it enrages you. And I'm so grateful for your spirit.
Yeah. And whoever got that vaccine, thank you so much. The vaccine distribution is out of its mind with these health inequities. We already knew this was going to happen, that we weren't going to be the first ones to get the vaccines. We're the first ones that die, not the first ones that get it. First ones that are hospitalized, first one that's taking care of everybody. And say, take care of your damn self, take care of your damn kids. Don't tell me I need to go to work to take care of my kids and you don't have to. What does that mean? You have to feed your kids too. And by the way, who's doing the feeding? On every level,
Wow.
So, yeah.
What was it was casual injustice? No,
casual cruelty.
Casual cruelty.
Yeah. That's all this is.
It's normalized.
Yeah. It's so normalized. You know that.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Right now, you said these words and now it started pouring outside. Like right now, the rain is like.
Yeah. 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 You know that immigration stuff, they need to be ashamed of themselves. How can you keep putting kids on shelves?
I
You
know.
can't keep doing that because you're worried about what adults are gonna do. Oh, we're so cruel ourselves that we're afraid that we're gonna do all of these bad things to these kids. Then we need to check ourselves now, don't we? That's
Yes.
just an excuse anyway.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate
Yeah.
everything that you do for humanity
And,
because you do so much. And I'm
and
just
you do too.
a big, big hug.
You do too. All of you do too. And I appreciate all of you guys' time all the time. And you know what? This show is the best. And I can't wait to come to New York when
Oh,
everything's open.
yes.
I can't wait to meet you guys.
I know. Oh my gosh. I
Yes.
can't wait for the hugs.
Yes.
I can't wait for it all.
It's going to be wonderful. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Many
Just
hugs, many
so
kisses.
sweet. Sweetest thing. Made the rain come down. All right. Let's hear from Bradman. Well, speaking of the New Yorican and doing a live, this gentleman right here would come to the open mics in person and his energy always like blew the roof off. So what's good, Brad?
Well, if you're looking for energy, you came to the wrong place tonight, man. I'm keeping it low key. This is my second official day of being non-infectious following my COVID. So I'm still keeping it keeping a low profile here. But I figured I'd drop in and try something out because I haven't performed in a long, long time. This is one of the only things I've written in the past year, and it's a rap. So I'm going to play this stupid little track behind it. That's probably going to sound like crap, but if it really just sucks, then take a nap, and it'll all be over soon. That's really been my motto. Not really. Anyway, it's just like, it is what it is. Here we go. World on the edge and I'm fine on the brink. I'm keeping a ledger in time with dry ink, keeping my mind in brine, imbibe drink, write thoughts to erase and wash down the sink. I'm washing my face down the drain, drip, blink, years went by, another chain in the link. I'm following the anchor, melted brink, game over, a spank on the ass turned pink. I don't want to stop to think, I want to stop thinking. No bailouts, I don't mind sinking. I suffocate like a kink in a world that's winking. I tried, but I can't stop shrinking. 9/11 was an inside joke by slow pokes trying to stick it to Abraham Lincoln. Smoke, seared flesh still stinking. It's a slow doom to the tune of champagne glass clinking. Hell in a handbasket. Case of beer goggles got me thinking that every statue's a mascot. So put me on an asket with a lone gasket and put me down for 1,000 shares of glass caskets. The game is a racket, making noise while the boys play with toys, play tennis and ransack it. Mass and Nantucket, fucking frack it. Tuck your tail, get your mail from Jeff, track it. Bezos got pesos and rupees. Rock is dead, now it's Fed Ledge groupies. And now everybody sings for ping and eats dookies. You just sit, stay, roll over, this shit's spooky. Put bail in a bubble and then cash comes out. I guess a mask's all are anti-fascist now. Guy Fawkes is a surgeon, so ask me how he's gonna save populations from crashing out. Cold blue, wait, I know what to do. I'm gonna call up my state rep and break the news. I'll tell him that it's me and that it's cool. Just take the money from the government and give it to the schools. I just got to restart the track because it's short. So stay with me while I just bring this and comport myself. Here we go into the next verse. It gets worse. Change is a fable. Progress is an alternative fat factory farm to table. We're choosing sides. Are you behind Cain or Abel? Envy's basically just a USA label. Dollar's got a picture of a green-eyed monster run by a greedy, mean mobster. Heating up the planet's gonna cook red lobsters. Frogs in the pot wearing naught but our corporate sponsors. Killer in the streets, but you're meek at mass. Getting weak at the knees when sweet police release blasts. Grab a pussy, wave a flag, make it fast. Cause yesterday's crazies are all today's top brass. Burn oil, Breathe smoke, it's a gas. Fuels high tests, no questions asked. Life's just a class that nobody can pass. I'm tuning out the teacher while I'm staring at her ass. Sick of fucking headaches, sick of fucking pills, sick of bootlickers, dicks, crooks, hicks, and shills. I'm sick of biting shady. I'm sick of paying bills, sick of corporations purporting to cure society's ills. Sick of the peddling of prisons disguised as frills, made us fish out of water, selling breath into our gills. Recommend a new app, cause I got time to kill. I just gotta wave a sign and sign a will. Don't need to take a number, I need to take a walk. Sick of plugging sinking ships with wet caulk. Find me a pot to piss in and a beanstalk while I try to trace these outlines in chalk. That's that.
Oh,
I'm feeling
Brad,
it.
man.
I was gonna do a poem, but man, it's just, where are the MCs tonight, man? I had to come in and do something.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you did. You're getting in the chat, people are comparing you to the Eminem vibes, and you said that you were like coming in like with low energy, but your energy still you rose beyond the occasion.
Right on. Thanks.
You still got it, boo. You still got it.
That's what's up.
Yup, live and direct, and I hope that you do feel better and may your health be completely restored. And I'm glad that, it seems like you're over the hump of it, but it still can't be easy. So I'm sending you light and all that good energy. Brad. Let them know how to follow you, Brad, man.
Oh, well, it's pretty simple. You go on whatever you want and you put in the real Brad Man, and then I pop out. And, you can just delve into my, egotistical mania.
Or just look in the mirror and say, Brad, man, 3 times, and then he'll pop out too.
That's what's up.
Bye, Brad.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Peace. All right. Now, this young lady gave me the hardest laugh of last week. Let's hear what's good with Nisa Tiago.
Hi.
Hi, Nisa.
Hi. How are you?
I'm so well. So happy to see you once again. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. I really appreciate that.
So I'm gonna try and do 2 things, 2 pieces. They're pretty old, so the first one is just about my music class. So on one of my last sets, I talked about my creepy teacher, Mr. Coke, but he was only one of my 4 music teachers. My first music teacher was my second music teacher's sister, but we had to call them by their first name. So her name was Miss Mary. She was pretty good overall. I had no interest in music, so I didn't pay much attention. My second music teacher was Miss Tessa. She was nice, but again, I hate music, so didn't pay much attention. But every year we do a big music performance in front of the whole school, and the songs Miss Mary and Miss Tessa came up with were pretty fun songs. They were a bop. But then darkness struck. Both teachers moved to a different school and were replaced by Mr. Shark and Mr. Coke. Mr. Shark was pretty cool. Lessons were decent, and I'm pretty sure he was queer because he had a Love is Love tattoo. And then Mr. Coke. On the first day he introduced himself, he did this cool dance, and everyone was like, I like him. This is going to be a great year. But I had a bad feeling about him, and I didn't know why until time passed. He would regularly bend down and give whatever student behind him just a face full of his butt. He was so strict. He would tell my friend to close her legs and cover up, and he was racist since he never called on a non-white student in. But I never raised my hand, so it didn't really affect me. So, moral of the story, hate music, don't do coke. Thank you for listening. And I have the second one. I call it the...
I'm sorry. Could we have a laughing moment? Nisa, you're a natural. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Did you do that?
Thanks. Okay. Yeah. The second one that I have is called The Peaceful Graveyard. It's a little darker, it's a little calmer than the last one, but yeah, it started. The eerie silence made me tense and relaxed at the same time. The mossy tombstone laid on top of a body, mind, person. I sighed and lay down in the grass, and I wondered what I could have done better. I sigh. My heart is slowing to a beat. My body's going limp, and I've truly lived my life to the fullest. I close my eyes for the very last time. Damn it, I haven't played enough Minecraft. I get up and I'll die another day. Thank you.
Nisa,
Thank you.
You're a brilliant being. I must
Thank
say,
you.
I'm so glad that you returned and that you really feel encouraged to do it because you shine so brightly
Thank
and
you so much.
you just warm my heart. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yay! Genius. You know what I'm saying? Whew! Just gotta give it up. Here, even Pinky came to like, yo, that was fun. Me and Pinky got the same eyes. Look. Okay. Because last week she did a poem about a dog, and that was funny too. She got jokes. Look out for Nisa, man. Okay, Mr. Speaker Sears, are you here? We would like to hear you too.
I am here.
There he is, Mr. Speaker. Judge less and love more.
Yeah. So let's go. Blood on my uniform. Mama, mama, can't you see what the army's done to me? Stood me up and dressed me down, marched me all over town, standing tall and looking good, ought to be in Hollywood. Got my orders and I'm out the door, flying to settle a political score. Put a rifle in my hand, sent me to a foreign land. I washed my friend's blood out my uniform by hand and watched it hit the ground. Then I escorted his body back to his family and hometown. Dressed in my military best with my head up, fighting back tears as I stepped off my flight. I was prepared to put his remains down as I faced his children and his wife. They asked me questions I could not answer, and they asked me why. Why their son, brother, friend, and husband was no longer alive. He earned this freedom we enjoy with his blood, sweat, and tears. For each other we fought day and night through pain, confusion, and fear. He paid the ultimate price for freedom, and he gave his youth for his military team. He was underappreciated, poorly compensated, and inadequately resourced to an extreme. He was a remarkable soldier, an honorable man, and a great friend. He was reliable, dependable, and the best person in the world to cover your back, you know, your rear end. That is what he was doing with me, see. We were on a voluntary secret mission when he lost his life. He succeeded in protecting me while I failed him. Now, how in the world was I going to tell that to his wife? He was a soldier, a father, a leader, and he made you believe he was fearless. The fact is, friends, good friends, sisters and brothers sometimes die in this type of business. Service personnel sacrifice precious things, and we have shed many private tears. You really do not need to know what it's like to be a soldier. Just enjoy this freedom we secure. We can clean uniforms, vehicles, and all types of equipment that we are assigned. But no one has ever actually told me how to wash my friend's blood out of my mind. Mama, mama, can't you see what fighting wars has done to me? It cost us the best women and men. And if you survive, the war won't end. America, America, pray for me. Only God can cure PTSD. In peace.
Whoa. James, Mr. Speaker Sears. Man, that was amazing. You know, I wonder, how people could do that job, how they could serve and do those things. And then when it's a poet who's doing it, a poet who is so sensitive, because a lot of people can do it because they become desensitized or they already have a predisposition to, detachment from or a lack of empathy. But when it's a poet like you, so powerful. Thank you for your service and everything you do. I know we've thanked you before, but man, the way you articulate that pain is just only a poet like you could do that. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Man, ooh, powerful. Follow him, James, Mr. Speaker Sears, and and you're the one also doing collaborations, Marissa Prada, and holding open mics and all that. Follow. That was so powerful. Returning once again, we have tonight Sarah. Let's see what's good with Sarah tonight.
Hello.
Hi there.
How's it going?
Everything is good. I'm so excited to see you. What are you going to do for us tonight?
So originally I was gonna go my usual sappy romantic route, but then Tori read the poem that she read, and so I was inspired to read this one about my experience with similar things. So I'm issuing a trigger warning for sexual assault, just I haven't read this before, so I'm just gonna see how it goes. But here it is. It's called A Woman Who Forces You to Care. To the man who raped me, I hope you have a daughter. I hope you have a daughter, not to wish that she experiences anything akin to the trauma you inflicted, but out of a desperate hunger, the pang in my stomach, starving for you to recognize that you raped me at all, for you to recognize that you are a disgrace to women, for you to care about a woman enough to pray, beg on your knees, screaming please to God that a pig of a man as disgustingly horrid as you never harasses her, manipulates her, scares her, touches her, takes advantage of her when she is under the influence of an alcoholic beverage or substance and unable to give any form of consent. I sincerely say, I hope you have a daughter so you can be aware of the damage that she could go through if an atrocious man like you spreads a rumor among his friends that she is a desperate whore, a slut who is asking for it by being confident in herself or her clothing, that she is a woman who led you on by choosing not to drive herself home plastered and accepting your dishonestly ironic offer to get her home safely, then later expressing your exasperated anger that she is destroying your reputation to anyone who will listen by telling these people that she shouldn't have led you on by letting you take her home in the first place. The trauma you caused is something I would never, ever dream for any woman to experience again. But I hope you have a daughter so you can finally acknowledge the thing that you most fear is a crime you committed yourself.
Oh, Sarah. Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, let's breathe. Let's drink that water. Drink it. For all those women, for all of us that have survived. And thank you for that. I'm so glad that you were able to share that, you know, so powerful. I could see your hands trembling. I could feel your passion. And it's so important for all those women out there to know that you're not alone, and here we are. Here we are with you and in solidarity and speaking for those countless voiceless women that couldn't even articulate the trauma. So thank you, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for returning, and please keep coming back. So phenomenal, so brave. Sarah, Erin, thank you. Mwah. What an example. I love it. Oh, my goodness. The women we have here, tremendous. The men we have here, tremendous. The community we have here, I could just cry if I think too hard about it. I am going to invite Paul La Torre, Paul Con Queso on. We're going into the waiting list because John wasn't there. We're going to go into the waiting list, and, you know, you already know how I feel about you, Paul.
What's going on, bro? My sister.
Yes. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. Some nights you just like you switch up the piece you're gonna read like a million times, and that was tonight is that night for me. Cause like initially I came in with one thing in mind, and then I heard people spitting. I heard Ron talking about spitting, and then you know we had MC Dude Man come on and just melt it. I was like, okay, now I'm gonna come with some hip hop. But then I heard the powerful stories, you know, of Tori and of Sarah. So I'm gonna actually reroute and read something I wasn't expecting to, because April is also National Sexual Assault. Well, it's Global Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence Survivors Month, and I'm gonna be doing a showcase with my students at my college, speculatively April 22nd. So I don't know, anybody who has pieces to share or experiences to share, you could get in touch with me because I'll drop my handle at the end at Paul Con Queso on Instagram, because we are looking for people to share and tell their stories to the college that I teach at, our college community. So I'm gonna read a piece that I read here way back, but it's something that keeps coming up for me in therapy, and I think I need to tell my stories more often. So this is called Can I Graduate? My high school commencement barely came. It was more like pre-cum, no laude. Had to drag my sad bag of bones and cartilage out of bed, out of the depths and into virtuous grounds of Our Lady of Good Counsel on Summer Ave, not to confess, just to cross that threshold and complete the ceremonial rites and steps to becoming a man, feeling every bit undeveloped, a flunky, failure, unworthy of that congratulatory strut and cap and gown, barely made it to graduation, skipped 81 days that year. See, most of my friends didn't know, most still don't, that I was raped that May of my senior year, 6 months away from becoming a man. You know, most survivors will go their entire lives shouldering that baggage, this satchel of rocks, and never once stop to unpack to lovers, friends, or therapists, endless repression mentally spent as if my truth would come at the price of peace. I'd rather much be this albatross hung around neck than some weak-ass mess who couldn't push a 90-pound girl off his chest. All too often, life as a survivor means a series of endless deaths, the incident revisited and replayed again. Each instance you get intimate, swells and crests of pressure, drumming cage caused me to lapse and keep my ass at bay. And for all the self-blame, the gaslighting of her counterfeit pregnancy, each implication filling me with rocks in pockets, weighted anchor albatrossing these losses, pushing from head as the waterbed envelops me. Icy hands of sea gripping uncomfortably above the knee, flapping wings only to find I no longer possess such appendages. selling flight in lieu of flesh when gills would have worked best. The surface world a fucking mess, even learning at this adolescent age that for a man, being submissive makes you beta, cuck, a wimp. In the words of Reddit, a simp. But this submission came involuntarily, dissociating just as I did back when I was 8, and the mere thought of being held underwater comes like suffocation and touch, caress. I hold my breath. 180 days after my 17th birthday, I will never forget. The same girl I trusted to give my virginity took far more, plunging to depths. I drowned my shame in handles of Bacardi 151 until I felt smothered by the bird I'd become. Wings for lungs, and every stride a feather-drenched body asphyxiated before it became of age. 180 days, because my genus can only hold breath in 30-second increments. Held under thumb, under her weight, submerged my face into the break. 3 minutes, and I know because I counted every single second, all 180 of them, watching legs flail from depths, and time and again you resurface and recognize your surroundings, yet cannot gather enough sense to call for help. Because to a bird who has never drowned, you assume this is what swimming is. Being ripped from sky, clinging to life, savors just out of reach. Fighting back fleets, salt in lungs, and water everywhere, not a drop of it holy, and somehow still I rolled the tide and bobbed my way back to that church's steps, dragged myself out of seabed, flippers pushed against tile floor, Escher-esque, every step soaked in unholy baptism, vice principal muttering as his grip envelops my hand. You really put the fear of God in us. You wouldn't make it here. And I smirked and said, yeah, me too. Knowing he knew nothing of my fight just to get dressed that day, and wade through all this waterlogged, flippered feet dragging just to reach this world of breath, I took those steps because some infinitesimal part of me wanted to be amongst the living long enough to ensure this becomes just a story I can tell someday when I am ready, maybe today, which is some 4,500 days after, when my truth stands more testament to ascendancy than cautionary tale of how albatross can become a boy who becomes a man, unafraid to stand and say, yeah, I survived. I am a survivor. Now can I graduate to whatever step comes next?
Paul con fuego. Yo, you're so courageous and brave and genius and just an example. Again, Tori, look, 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 look. All of you.
Y'all pushed me. That was not my plan tonight. My plan was not to go that deep. So yeah,
We are
I
here
want to
to
thank
hold you
y'all for
up.
being.
We are here for you, and we love you. I love you. You know, so grateful for you, man.
Yeah, I love y'all. I share you know the depths of my shit because y'all are family. So I appreciate it. And like I said, if any of y'all have stories you want to tell and be a part of that Survivors Night, my college is going to host it on April 22nd. One of my students is organizing it, and this student actually was the one to kind of push me to get more comfortable writing and amplifying my experiences and not just, you know, keeping it in the chest. So yeah, I love y'all.
Part of the healing process. It really is the next step, you know.
Yeah, when we get to tell the narrative, we get to take, you know, we get to take the power back, and it's no longer something that dominates us. We get to be the ones, you know.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Love y'all. Follow me at Paul Con Queso on Instagram if you want to know more details about that event. And I love and appreciate y'all. Thanks for being.
Yeah, you'll definitely will promote it again as it approaches, and I mean, I certainly have my survivor piece.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I would be honored if you wanted to come and spit your piece too, bro. That would be beautiful.
let's see what we could do.
I love it. Thank you so much. Love you.
Yes. Po con queso, po con fuego. Toma. What an example. I wish all the men in the world could watch this, you know, so they could see like how vulnerability is a superpower, how truth is, you know, is healing. Instead of holding it in and fronting and drowning it like he was talking about, you know, drowning it in all these other things. All right. We got 2 more to go on this waiting list. 2 more. We're gonna see what's good with Joanna.
Hello.
Hi, Joanna.
Hi. So I just kind of feel like when I read my poem, you understand like the universe sent me here. This is new shit. I wrote this over the weekend and I was like, I have to try to get on the list. So
new shit, and it was meant for you to be here. Take it away.
yes. I like stories about evil women. Tales where they're not the damsel, but the distress. Not the givers of life, but the bringers of famine and death. The devil in the details of empty bank accounts and bounced checks. The hand that forces the drink, the heroin you inject. The witches that devour your children, the women you wish you've never met. Because I've heard too many stories of women like my cousin's friend who died from a 2-inch tear in her heart, or my aunt who died in the dark, or my friend's aunt who got barricaded and burned alive in her bedroom, or the screams through the wall from the girl next door, or my friend who was drugged and raped by her best friend. Too many stories of women betrayed by men who loved them. Too many women who didn't survive in them. So I love a tale of a woman who drew blood first, a tale of a woman who walked away with a victory in her purse.
Joanna. Powerful, powerful. Where you at tonight, Joanna?
In Brooklyn.
Wow. UK representing. Thank you for that. And, you know, so true.
So that's why I was like, yo, the universe sent this. Send me here.
Yeah, and you get to walk away with victory in your purse tonight because you really, really brought it. And thank you for your like recognizing all those different women, you know, and giving them light. I don't know. I feel super emotional and for so many reasons. Thank you for joining us. I hope to see you
Thank
again.
you for having me.
It was meant. It's called alignment. And tonight we are just all aligned through our rhymes and our lines. Joanna, thank you.
Thank you for having me. Good night, guys.
Yes. Ahora, vamos a ver, to close it out. Roz, I know that you said you had gotten on the list and it didn't come out. I got you next week for sure. Let's see what's good, but we're gonna close out with Chris Lally and let's unmute.
Wow. Oh, I was gonna say, I was just writing you. It's okay if we end here. This is such a powerful ending. So thank you for everyone, but I'll throw in a little short close here for us. But I wanted to honor that, and yeah, the universe works in those ways.
Yes, it does. It's meant for you to be here too.
Thank you. I'll have a two really short, new, translated old pieces. Uncertain. Not gonna lie, when I found out that you were a boy and not a girl, I sighed. I can only talk about what I know, and I know what it is to be a girl, to be a woman. I know everything is fluid, and I also flow, and the system sickens us all. But I also sighed because I am not certain of being a good enough example of a woman to raise a girl in this world. This one, and the second short one is dedicated to Chicago. Train unshined by time in the shine city, the shy city, once the white city, once the steel city, still the second city. Shine city with ocean lake shining forever too. Shine drinkers dipping below her surface, finding sand, finding even the infinite stands. Eternal to the eye, eternal to the body, the only woman of the great five allowed to keep her name Michigan, ocean lake lover of Shine City, of shying away from its past of sangre and soot, now steel called shine, but ocean lake reminds no shine without spark, no spark without spirit. Own eye watching the city rise and shine, feeling the ash that shine leaves behind. Ash never shines, rush never shines, red never shines, brick never shines. Shine city, shy city, still got red brick streets, light lines rusting in the night, while ocean lake shines, no lines. Shine swerves in her curves, in the ash we make our own shine. Sunshine taken by time defined, so we moonshine, define our own time to rise. We glisten, listen to the speak, to the spark, to the spirit of the ash people, ocean lake loving, moon shining, cross timing, night rising, needle flying, black thread unwinding. We the spun spin our own shine this time.
Chris Lally. How do you feel? You feel good?
Release.
Release, yes. Glow and you shine.
So you all can find me here, but I wanted to say thank you for everyone's words and everyone's poetry today.
Yes. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody too. Everybody tonight. Um, it was an amazing, amazing night. And I just think about how poetry transforms life. And it makes me happy that, you know, that we have a young girl in the room watching these beautiful men and these beautiful women, you know, to see that example that it exists. And to my friend in heaven who transformed my life with his poetry. Moms, I know we did him justice tonight. We did him justice. As we do, we make the world a better place because we speak about it. We speak about it from the heart. And like, I'm just so grateful for the mothers that were acknowledged. I hope DG Clearing, that his mom is okay. Joski C, your song to the mothers was so beautiful. Just so much, you know. I really don't have the words. And when a poet doesn't have words, you know, it's because they're just all cooking up inside. But a universal breath, an exhalation of love. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And as always, it is my honor to host and hold this space. It has been a year, and it seems that this year will last forever because I never want it to end. I love you. I thank you. La Bruja, over and out. Much love.